Welcome to Dear Mama. I'm your host, Tamica Chapman, and I'm excited to be here. I hope that, I hope y'all get excited too. As excited as I am to be here tonight. So let me just explain Dear Mama just a little bit, and then we're going to kick this thing in high gear with my special experts who are joining me tonight. All right. So Dear Mama was created, well, I should say, I thought of Dear Mama a few months ago, trying to figure out how can I help women learn to love the life they live. Like that's the motto of Energize Her. And so with that, it came to me that a lot of times women are walking around with that S on their chest and it means nothing. It absolutely means nothing. It means that you're trying to be Superwoman, but nobody is Superwoman. Superwoman is a fictional character and that's what she needs to stay. We are grown women. We should not be striving to be super. We should be striving to just be us, the best us that we can possibly be. And so, Dear Mama was created to give you 7 pillars, 7 S pillars, I would say, that you can learn of ways to energize the woman within you. If you want to be energized, if you want to, walk around with that S on your chest, let's give that S some substance. Let's give it something that means something. And so these 7 pillars that are for Dear Mama are self-care, sleep management, scheduling, sex and body, okay? Spices of life, spiritual healing, and secret passions. Those are the 7 pillars that we'll be hitting on over the next 3 weeks here with the Dear Mama series. So I hope that you all tune in, join in. As a matter of fact, when you join in to the broadcast here this evening, make sure you comment. Let us know that you're here. Say hi, hey, hello, whatever, wherever you are, just say hello in that language. Let us know that you're here. And then share the broadcast. Share the broadcast with those that you know, like, and love and trust, because there's a woman in your life that I know needs to hear some of the amazing messages that'll be shared from the experts during these next 3 weeks. So tonight we are kicking off Dear Mama. OMG, I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm excited. So we're kicking off Dear Mama with 2 special guests. We have a coach, Tamica Lloyd, and then we have a coach, LaJune Singleton. So let me bring them on up with me right quick. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Great. Hey, Nika.
Hey, hey, hey. I'm excited to have you ladies here with me as we kick off the Dear Mama series. Um, I know that when it came to me, I said, I have to get the people who know what they're talking about. Okay. I can share some things, I can Google some things, and I can sound very educated when I say it. However, if somebody asks a question, I can't help them with that. So I wanted to bring forth the experts that can talk about these 7 pillars. Hey, Gerard. Gerard says hello, ladies.
Hey,
So
Gerard.
I wanted to start the series off talking about a healthy lifestyle and what a healthy lifestyle looks like. And to me, it starts with what you eat and how you move. And so you two are the perfect experts to talk about, healthy lifestyle, healthy living. What does that look like? How to incorporate some things into your lives when it comes to wanting to be healthy and creating that example for your children, for others who are looking up to you. So if you're a leader and you're at your work, you have your subordinates looking up to you, right? And your home, you have your kids and your grandkids looking up to you, possibly your spouse looking up to you as well. So I want you ladies, if you don't mind, take a minute or two to introduce yourself to the audience before we get started. LaJune, you go.
I knew you were going to say that. All right. I am LaJune Singleton. I'm a board certified health coach, certified health and wellness coach, certified personal trainer, nutritional and healthy living coach, and mindset coach, as well as a sports coach for girls. Um, I work with women and girls from the age of 5 to 18 and women over 30.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Coach Tamica, let's get it in. Let the folks know who you are.
Coach Tamica Lloyd. I'm also a board certified health and wellness coach. I'm also a certified integrative nutrition coach, a relationship coach, and a level up coach. So I help women who have weight issues and women who have type 2 diabetes just live a better life. And I am so happy to be here with my two favorite people.
Oh, LaJune and two Tamicas. LaJune and the Tamicas, okay?
All right.
So listen, thank you all so much for, spending some time with me this evening to talk about having a healthy lifestyle, what that looks like. And a lot of times I think as women, we get overwhelmed by the thought of all that it would take to be healthy. We get overwhelmed by how much we have to work out, how many good choices we need to make instead of picking up that bag of Cheetos. I'm not telling y'all to put them down. I'm just saying don't pick them up as often. But it can be overwhelming with all of the decisions that we have to make to live a healthy lifestyle. So LaJune, let's just kick it off with you. Now, I know we have Coach Tamica here. She's going to be talking about nutrition, but I want to start with the exercise part. I just have a quick question for you. Is it too late to have a sexy body before the end of 2023? That's just the question.
It is never too late to have a sexy body. It's about when you start. You can start at any time, but people put time frames on when they want the sexy body. It's typically, oh, well, I'll wait to New Year's, after the holidays, after you can still eat good for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then go back to your workout. Or we put time frames on, oh, when spring come, well, I got to get in shape for summertime. So we always put times on it, but you can get sexy anytime you want and work out anytime you want.
Come on, y'all better come through. Listen, we have a full 90 days. Well, actually, what, 15? So what, 105 days left
You
for
still got 90
2023.
days. If you start today, by December 14, you will have what you want.
Right? Listen, there's a lot of time. Now, you may not think it's a long time, but 3.5 months, that's a long time. That's a long time to stick with something. But I think that, LaJune, correct me if I'm wrong, if you can stick with it for at least 30 days, it becomes a habit, right? It becomes a habit. And those habits, once you continue to implement them, becomes your daily routine. And it's all about, having a better lifestyle than what you currently have. I mean, if you don't like the way you're looking in the mirror right now, you need to start right now. I'm waving my hand. Like y'all ain't by yourselves out there. I will be transparent. But so let's take this into high gear. Let's talk about nutrition because again, I think nutrition is one of the hardest things that people have to learn. The workout is the commitment and showing up and just keep doing it, the consistency. But the eating part, like that's the hard thing because you go to your fridge and you see all of this good stuff that you've spent all of this money on that you should not be eating. And it's hard to say no. It is hard. So, Coach Tamica, nutrition plays a vital role in our well-being. We know that. But what are some simple dietary changes that we can make to improve our overall health and energy level?
Well, what I like to do is start from where you are. And I think a lot of times people fail because they do too much at one time. They're going to be like, okay, I'm about to start this diet. I'm going to give up all my junk. And then I'm going to run like 3 miles. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to drink, a gazillion gallons of water. And then by day 3, they like, screw this. I'm back on my couch. I got my little Doritos going on. I'm like, And that's where people get it wrong. There is no quick fix to nutrition. So my advice is if you're starting out, what I recommend you do, eat what you eating. Just add a salad. Add a salad before you eat your dinner. Start off small, because the more good food you incorporate, then you'll feel yourself getting full. And so maybe you won't eat all of that, McDonald's. Maybe you'll just eat some fries and leave that Big Mac alone because you had the salad. But you have to start somewhere and start slowly, because I'm telling you, I've been there. I've been looking in that mirror like, oh no, I've weighed over 220 pounds. I tried all the diets. Remember the cabbage diet? Yeah, I tried that. It doesn't work long term.
Wow.
So be patient with yourself and try something new. If you can just incorporate something new every week, you'll be amazed that in 90 days what changes you have done to your body on the inside.
I love that. How important is like meal planning? Is that really important, or can you really just do it on the fly?
Depends on the person. Now, if you're usually beginning, I always suggest I give people meal plans and then you can pick, what you want. But it's good to have it because life gets in the way. And
Mhm.
so if you're working and you're owning your own business, or you have that, high powered job, and you coming in the house at 6 o'clock and you don't have nothing prepared, what you gonna go for? You gotta go home and cook. Nah, you gonna be like, oh yes, Wendy's. I'm just gonna pick this stuff up because it's quick. So that's why, to me, until you really, really get into it, meal planning will save you. It only one day you can prepare a whole lot of meals that'll last you the week. So when you come home, all you got to do is like throw it in the oven, or it's something quick, and it's not going to take you an hour. So
Right.
definitely meal plan. Definitely, it will save you. I do all my smoothies on Sunday, all of them, and just freeze them. And then every night I take one out. And by the time the morning comes, it's thawed out. Like, I don't have time in the morning.
I love that. I love that. So, are there any kind of staple items that we should have in our fridge or in our pantry or on the cabinet, easy to grab? What are some staple pieces that can be filling that will satisfy us enough to hold us over until we've actually fixed some dinner or some lunch?
Oh, my best staple is fruit. And I love fruit. And I didn't always love fruit because, again, when you're told you're a type 2 diabetic, they're like, no, no fruit. That's BS. Fruit is my friend. So if you don't love fruit, the other things that I love are, celery. Have some celery and peanut butter, like something small that's not going to affect your dinner. But hopefully, you're not to the point where when you come home, you're like, oh my God, I'm starving. Because at that point, odds are you're not going to go for the fruit. You're not going to go for the celery. You're going to go for the junk. So you have to make sure that during the day, that's when you're kind of snacking on that fruit or some raw nuts, so that you're not starving when you get home, especially in the first 3 months, because
Right.
that's when it's either gonna click and you're gonna do it, or you're gonna revert back to what you know. And so making things easy for you, that's the best thing to do within the first 3 months.
I love that. I love that. So, LaJune, with you as the fitness expert coming in to helping women, manage their food intake and giving them proper exercises to do to, tone that body up, the parts that need to be toned, all the parts. Um, what has been like from your past clients? Are there certain foods that you've seen that they just can't go without? Like, is it carbs? Is it all carbs, or is it just, just snack foods? Like, is there one particular food that most people just go to?
I would say all of the above, and alcohol. Alcohol is one of
Mm.
the major ones
Mm,
where, I don't think people really understand that alcohol is so high in sugar.
mm,
And people think that it's a drink, so it can't be that bad. But most people come home from work, and to de-stress, what they do, they drink that
Mm.
bottle of wine and pass out and go to bed and do the same thing over again. But they don't really, deal with what's going on internally. So that makes it harder for them to lose weight, because
Mm.
they're not dealing with the stressors. They're finding a temporary fix to try to relieve the situation, but it doesn't work. So definitely alcohol, fried foods, chips, nachos, dairy, soda. Yeah, I have a client, she loves Pepsi. We just had a running joke today where she's going to Atlanta and she's like, what is there to do there? And I said, well, it's the Coca-Cola museum, but I know you're a Pepsi fan, so I know you're not going to go there. But, you know, soda is one thing. You know, people don't understand. I think people look at drinks as less calories, but they really don't know the impact of just drinking stuff, the impact it does to your body.
Right. So what are some things that we can do like to keep ourselves motivated? You know, because again, the foods are there. The food is there and it's calling our names like at 5 o'clock in the morning, at 11 o'clock at night, at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's calling us all the way from the kitchen, you know. So what are some things that we can keep ourselves, you know, what are some things that we can do to keep ourselves motivated to not give in to the temptation of just grabbing the wrong stuff? I mean, outside of not buying it, like
there you go. There you go. Not buying it.
Not buying it, and also being realistic. Like I tell clients, you know, it's not a sentence. They think it's like a death sentence. It's like, oh, you know, when people hear diet, they're like, that's a death sentence. But realistically, like Tamica said, you do it in moderation of what you're eating and being realistic. Like people are still gonna have chips. And especially if you're just starting and you're going out with friends, that temptation of, you know, your friends asking you, and that's something that is hard for people where it is, I'm going out with my friends and my friends are going to ask me, girl, you on a diet where you ain't eating today? And understanding that it's not about trying to impress your friends. It's about what you're doing is for you. And it's okay to say, you know, no, I just want to do something different today. You don't really have to tell them what you're doing because people will try to sabotage you. So just say, hey, I'm, you know, I really have a taste for something different today. But, you know, like Tamica said, if you're going to McDonald's, don't get the Big Mac. Get the, you know, maybe get the fries or maybe get the, I don't eat at McDonald's, so I really don't know what they have. Maybe get the 4-piece nuggets instead of, you know, getting a Big Mac. Making small changes and then just keep incorporating bigger changes. Because when you're first starting, like Tamica said, realistically, you have these big, bright ideals of, I'm cutting everything out. And I've been guilty of doing that. But realistically, if you don't have something to eat when you come home, yeah, you're going to stop at somebody's fast food drive-thru. You're going to find, you know, something in the cabinet to grab on. Either if you ain't going to a fast food, you going to the grocery store to grab something that's unhealthy. But, you know, realistic changes and slowly incorporating healthier things in there.
Right.
Definitely.
So we have Miss Lantonette Clark. She's joined us. Hey, Lantonette, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hey.
Right. And so I think we'll get to this question later, but I'm going to put it up here right now so we can go ahead on and address it now. So she's asking, will increasing protein help with building, toning, and building muscles?
Yes. Healthy, lean protein.
You get that, Lantonette? Healthy, lean protein, okay? Not all protein. Hey, Carlita. Carlita's joined us too. Hello. How are you all doing? Thank you all for tuning in. All right, so moving on, like, what was it? The summer, no, the winter time is normally what they call it the baby making season, okay? And so that's when all the babies are being made to be born around the summertime and early fall, okay? So there are some ladies who have just given birth maybe a month or two ago, or maybe this month. I mean, because September is the best month of the year. I mean, if I don't say so myself. But for those women who have recently given birth and those who are preparing to give birth in the month of September,
What happened to the other months?
She don't care about none of them other months. It's all about September.
I'm just saying, September is good, y'all. Like if you're gonna time this thing around December, January, and you can hit you'll be able to hit September up in there somewhere. Matter of fact, you can go even to February if this is not your first one. You can go to February. You might hit it right on time. So I'm just saying September is good. September is a great month. A great month. It's a beautiful month.
It is a beautiful month. It is a beautiful month. It's not beautiful to be pregnant in July and August, but it is a beautiful month to give birth. I'm just going to say that because that's when I had my daughter. And I don't know. If I had to do it over again, being pregnant and it's 90 degrees was not hot. but I had
for those who don't know,
wonderful.
But for those that don't know, September is my birthday month. So I love September. Of course, the blue, the sapphire blue, royal blue, navy blue, all the blues. I love baby blue too, sky blue if you like. But I love all the blues. Sapphire is the best. Carlika is chiming in. Of course, she's gonna chime in on this. Congratulations. Ain't no baby making over here. Okay.
Amen.
Okay. So listen, for the women who have recently, given birth or preparing to give birth, I know that you work with all women, LaJune. And so what are some things that they can, begin to do that will help them get that body back the way that they want it to be?
So definitely a slow process because, your body is going back after giving birth to a child, and depending on if you're breastfeeding, things like that, you have to look at that. But starting off slow, you don't want to just try to rush in and lose all this baby weight because you're not really getting sleep. You have a new person in your life that's waking up at different hours of the day. The most important thing is sleep. Getting that sleep in, getting those hours in when that baby is asleep, go to sleep when that kid is going to sleep. That is important. And I think that's a lot where people don't understand. They're trying to work out. You need rest. And especially, being a new parent, you need that sleep. So start off with getting that rest and starting with doing exercises. You can take a walk, you can jog, you can do sit-ups in the house, depending on, what type of procedure you had during your pregnancy. If it's a C-section, you don't want to start with doing, push-ups. You want to do lower body abs first. You can do cycling, you can do boxing, whatever your choice, but you don't want to just rush into it full force.
I love that. So here we are, pregnant women, they have had the babies, but emotions can still be high, right? We're still dealing with a lot of hormones in our bodies. And I say we because I'm a new mama. Okay, I'm an older new mama. And so I'm gonna claim I still got some hormones still wrapping around up in there somewhere, okay? So with that, Coach Tamica, let's talk about emotional eating, right? Emotional eating. When it comes to emotional eating, we know that a lot of really.
Listen, she wasn't even dainty about it.
We literally spit the water out. Yes, I'm drinking a gallon of distilled water. So yeah.
Listen, can't get no better than the fitness expert on here showing you how to do it. Okay?
That's right. That's right.
Caught me all off. Go ahead.
Hey, the first time Coach Tamica saw, I was interviewing her on my podcast, and she just stopped, and she was like, "Wait, what?"
That's a good thing, though. That's a great thing. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Made me feel good about myself when she did it too, Tamica, because I was like, "Oh, look, I do it too."
This is good.
I got to get that 64 ounces in, man.
Yeah.
This is real good. This is real good. So let me just reintroduce the show. We have some new people that are joining us. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for joining us for this amazing conversation. As you just, or if you're just tuning in, this is Dear Mama. Dear Mama is the series that we're doing for 3 weeks, where I, Tamica Chapman, am speaking to 7 experts on the 7 pillars to energize the woman within. If you know a woman, if you know a woman in your life, and I know you do, you should share this with her. Tell her to join in the conversation. These conversations are for women to learn to love the life they live right now. If there's something in your life that you're not happy with, now's the time to make that change. Now's the time to make the change to doing doing things the proper way, doing things the right way, so that you can be actually love your life right now. So tonight we have kicked off our series with Coach Tamica Lloyd and fitness expert, mindset strategist, health and wellness strategist, coach LaJune Singleton. Okay. We're kicking it off and we're having a good time. Listen, us 3 getting together is always a good time when we're able to laugh and talk. I'm actually enjoying this conversation, and they are keeping me going because I really need this. But we're talking about emotional eating with Coach Tamica Lloyd. Emotional eating, we do know that it's a struggle. Like, it's not something that is so foreign that nobody's ever heard of it. However, what are some things that we can do to try to combat emotional eating? You know, because I've been known to put down a whole pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I've been known to eat a whole bag of salt and vinegar chips. Okay, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Okay, but they taste good, y'all. They taste good. If you haven't had salt and vinegar chips in your life, you should get your bag. However, let's talk about emotional eating. What are some things that we can do to combat and try to prevent emotional eating from women?
Some ways where we can prevent it is to know what the emotion is. Like sometimes when we get upset, and then that's what we do. We grab the cupcake, and I don't know about y'all, but I know that's how I grew up. So it's like, oh, somebody's messing with me, or I had a hard day, and my grandmother be like, come on in here, baby, just have a piece of this cake and make everything be okay. So it's ingrained in us that when something bad happens, or if you need that comfort food, that's what you go for. But we don't realize that some of the stuff that we're trying to mask our comfort with is going to lead to different problems down the line.
Right.
So some of my suggestions are, if you really have an issue with emotional eating, you need some help. So get a good therapist, figure out what's going on in your mind. If it's just that, okay, you had a bad day, nothing big, instead of the food, take a walk, do some strength training, write. I love writing. And so anytime I'm having a hard day, before I go pick up a cupcake, I just write my whole feelings down. Dear God, I can't stand this woman. Why is she messing with me? I just write my feelings out, and then I rip it up, and you will feel better. But some of us have deep traumas that we don't even know that we have. And for those people, I will always recommend you see someone that you can talk about your problems to, because you may not know that you're eating because you have this past trauma, and that this particular situation just keeps, putting it back up. And you don't realize it because you buried it so deep. So if it's just the normal emotional eating, then go out, take a walk, breathe, meditate, take that time to just be, and then ask yourself, am I hungry? I used to ask myself, do I really want this cupcake? And like one side of me will be like, yes, you do. And then the other side of me will be like, then you won't have to walk them 5 miles to just, for that cupcake. That's not going to be good. And like, I really have battles with myself. But those are some of the ways that you can stop it, because yes, it's good. Food manufacturers know what they're doing. I call them drug dealers because they put that stuff in the chips and make it taste good. And we know sugar is as addictive as, crack cocaine. So they know what they're doing. So
Right.
unless we are fully present, we don't have a chance. Sometimes we just react. We have to take a step back, breathe, and go, okay, like what's really going on? Because is this really going to make me feel better, or is it going to make me feel worse? Because I still have the problem. And now when I ate this cupcake, and now I'm mad at myself because I told myself I wasn't going to eat the cupcake. And so now I'm guilty. Like we have to be in the moment. Yeah.
So listen, I love that. I love that you said, if you want that cupcake, you may have to walk 5 miles for it. So have you ever, or is this something,
Yeah.
is this something that I'm thinking of, or something that I'm just pulling out the thin air? Is there such thing as a reward system? A reward system for, if you, like you just said, if you really want this bag of chips or this cupcake or this whole cake or this pint of ice cream, um, that you reward yourself, you can put it as a reward. So that reward means you're going to work out for, walk 5 miles, work out
Mm-hmm.
for an hour, get on the treadmill or the bike or something, before you can reward yourself. Is that a good thing, or is not so good?
It's not so good
Mhm.
because you can't exercise your way to a good diet. And I have clients that have 6-pack abs. I have clients that you would be like, what do you mean? But they have high blood pressure. They have type 2 diabetes. They have heart disease. So if you want to give yourself, reward yourself, don't reward yourself with bad food. Reward yourself with that pair of shoes. Reward yourself with these earrings. Reward yourself with like the beautiful necklace like Miss Mika got on right now. Like reward yourself like that. Don't get in the habit of having bad food as your reward, because you can look good on the outside and you can have a whole lot of complications that's brewing inside. So I
Right.
do not recommend that. Now, if it's a special occasion, you got Thanksgiving or Christmas or it's your birthday, that's different. But people like to reward themselves a lot frequently than that. They're like, oh, I did this for 6 days. I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to have my cheat day. And then they're eating like 3,000 calories, which, and it's all garbage. And so you're basically now you got to start all over again. Well, why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel anxious? It's just ain't all that crap. That's why
Right, right.
it's not a good reward. That's not moderation.
So I got a comment for that, and then I'm gonna segue into something that you just said. So the comment is, you have your birthday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas all coming up. All of that's coming up for me, like right now.
Yeah, it is. Woohoo!
Oh, glory. However, I'm going to be good. I will not overindulge. I will say that I'm not going to overindulge. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the holidays. I don't know about you ladies, but I'm excited for the holidays. I love
Yeah.
Thanksgiving food. Matter of fact, I love Thanksgiving food all year long. Okay. I love some good dressing
Oh,
with some
yeah.
gravy all year long. Okay. But one thing that you said, and I'm going to now segue into the June. Um, I forgot what you said because I was on too much nonsense. Too much nonsense. However,
You was
listen,
visualizing the Thanksgiving food.
That's what
I
she
was
doing. She already
visualizing.
ready to party.
I was starting with next Thursday. I was starting with next Thursday. Okay. However, you're talking about emotional eating, and things that we should do. Let's talk about, is it okay to, like, what are some good snacks? Like, I know you talked about fruit, but outside of fruit, because there's some people who are allergic to fruit. So is there
Mhm.
anything outside of fruit that would be considered good to eat or good to have around as a quick snack?
Of course, you have baby carrots, you have tomatoes, you have
Oh, all good.
celery, you have different nuts and seeds, even though you want to like not eat a whole bunch of nuts and seeds, because then you'll gain weight. But you can have that as a snack. Like some people have granola. I mean, there it's so many. broccoli, just there are so many things that people can have. There are potato chips that are homemade potato chips that I always get them from Whole Foods. I don't know if y'all got Whole Foods everywhere, but it's literally baked potato chips with sea salt. And the ingredients are potatoes and sea salt. That is it. So you can go to a store and get certain chips, and they're good for you. You know, you kind of want to stay away from the Cheetos or the Doritos because the dyes in it, people don't realize that's what makes you anxious. It plays a role in your brain. And that's why a lot of kids run around with ADD, ADHD, because of the chemicals that we're giving them in foods.
Yeah.
So when you're starting out on your journey, if you're not used to certain, foods, there's a whole lot of, I'm telling y'all, just email me. I will send y'all all a whole list of snacks that you all can do. If you're lactose intolerant, you have even as a snack, cashew ice cream, which I love. Or better yet, I make my own banana ice cream, and that's just frozen bananas and a little bit of oat milk. And I love it. So there are a lot of different things out there for different people. And that's why with the coaching that I do, I have to figure out, what are you allergic to? What do you like? Why don't you like it? What are you willing to try, so we can come with an individualized plan that's just for you? Because everything that worked for me food-wise may not work for you. And some things may work for you and it didn't work for me. So it's about that particular person.
Right. So Gerard chimed in. He says mineral water takes his appetite away. Now, I don't know if anybody want to drink some mineral water, Gerard.
Mineral water.
I don't know who doused in that bottle like LaJune was
And it
earlier.
does. No, he's right, because that means if he was kind of hungry, or the fake hunger sometimes, whatever the minerals in that water, that's what he needed. That's what his body needed. Because when you're hungry, your body is telling you need something. And that's why when people eat the fast foods or the Chinese foods, and they're like, "Oh, I'm still hungry, but I just ate that." That's because you just ate a whole lot of crap, but nothing was nutritious, and you wonder why you're still hungry.
Right.
So I can understand that, why his mineral water takes away his appetite. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that to you, brother.
You have to try it, Tamica. Try it.
I tried Jesus, and that's enough for me. Okay. So listen,
I want to is your body is sometimes craving water, and it's not craving food. So sometimes when you do have fast food and you're wondering why you're still hungry, your body is saying, "I need water."
Right.
Flush down that sodium.
Yeah.
And
cholesterol. Yeah.
That's right. Your body trying to get rid of that crap. Sparkling water. Sparkling water.
So listen, I want to hit on the mindset a little bit. Like, we've been talking about how to stay consistent, how to, have the right things in your home so that you're not picking up all the crap that you shouldn't be eating. But LaJune, with you as a mindset coach, as well as the fitness and the nutrition side, balancing exercise and then also your self-care with all of that, like, I know that that's mentally a lot. It can be a lot that weighs on your mental. But also, let me just add another curveball into that. Children, okay? I know this is an event for moms, for women, not necessarily just mamas. This is for women. However, a lot of women have kids. That's another level of stress. So here's a two-part question. One is, what are some things that we can do to ensure that we have a healthy mental health, a mental wellness, as we are trying to move towards this healthy body? I know you spoke earlier about not trying to, have this big goal and do it all at one time. But what are some other things that we can do to have a healthy mental wellness as we are trying to, work out and achieve this look on our body that we want? What are some things that we can do?
First step is taking time for yourself. If that's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I think for us, especially women, we create, it has to be big. Like, I need a whole hour, 2 hour. Realistically, if you got kids and you got a spouse, partner, you have like this demanding job and you don't know how to turn it off, giving yourselves 5 minutes. And then, having that conversation with your kids. Okay, give mommy 5 minutes or give mommy 10 minutes so I can check in with myself, because kids pay attention to that. They look at how you're treating yourself. They look at how you're eating. They look at if you're working out, things like that, because you want to set that positive example to them so they can start incorporating that in their lives. Like, Tamica and I've coached Tamica, and her son has come and started doing exercises with us.
All the time.
And I have other clients that have kids, and their kids will come and join in on the workout. Your kids are watching you. So always keep that in mind. Your kids are paying attention, especially if you're a mother of a daughter. You really want to incorporate that, because we as women, we are the hardest on ourselves. And we want to set that example of self-care and have them understand, I love me and let me put me first. It's okay if I shut the world out for a few minutes for me. Let me check in with me. And I think that's very important, because it creates that positive mind. It creates that, ability of eating healthy and drinking healthy, and as well as wanting to work out, because either it doesn't have to be anything big. If you're taking a walk or you jump on a stationary bike or whatever works for you, your form of exercise, that's a start. So I think that helps with the mindset and really setting that example for your kids.
I love that.
Yes. And I just want to add, when it comes to mindset, we have to pay attention to who we are surrounding ourselves with. If you're surrounding yourself with people that are doom and gloom, that are negative, that are like crabs in a barrel pulling you back down, I'm telling you now, I don't care who it is, unless it's your kid and they little, you have to cut those ties, because I'm telling you, it is so important to your mindset. You can still love them, you can love them from afar, but if you know they're negative, you don't have to be texting them all day, or you don't have to be on the phone with them all day, because that drains your energy. And a lot of times as women, we think like we can kind of fix that. Like we can fix them. We can make them be this because we saw that one little glimmer that, oh yeah, we can fix them. No, then we wonder why we miserable. We miserable because this mug always talking about something depressing. And that has such a powerful effect on our mindset. So, when you get up in the morning, like what June said, it does not take a long time. 5 minutes, get up 5 minutes extra, 10 minutes extra, and just be. Just express the gratitude that you are feeling, and feel the gratitude. Because that is what's gonna, make the endorphins go up. Think about the things that make you happy. Think about the people that make you happy, and really feel it. Not just say it, not just write it, but feel it. Because when you feel it, that's setting your intention for the day. So when those negative people keep coming, you're like, oh, nope, going the other way. I ain't got that. You're more able to deal with it. But if you don't, if you're getting up and you're late and you're just rushing, then you're already in that frantic mode. So when those negative people come at you, then it's just going to drag you down. So please be careful with who you surround yourself with, because I know for me, that was half the battle. It was the company that I was keeping, and that was keeping me fat and miserable. That's just what it was. So,
fat and miserable.
I was fat and miserable.
I don't want the miserable part. The fat part, I can deal with that, and you'll get healthier. Okay, but the miserable part, that's a long road to come out of.
Yeah, especially when you're sick and you get diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and they talking about, oh, we want to get, oh, no. See, that was everybody has their wake up call.
Right.
And like that was mine. I did not want to be miserable. I did not want to have the extra weight. Like I didn't like the way I looked. That it was still, I still could eat these chips. I could do that. But when that doctor told me I had type 2 diabetes, I said, listen here, Tamica Lloyd, we're not
Come
going to
on.
do this. We ain't
Come
filling up this prescription. We're going to find another way because your ass hate needles. And so that's not going to work. So, and luck, like that was my why. That was
Yeah.
my why. And every time I wanted that cupcake, especially that chocolate one, I was like, I envisioned myself getting a needle, and I said, nah, that cupcake ain't worth that needle. It ain't worth that needle. It ain't
Listen,
worth it.
that's commitment right there. That's commitment. Okay.
Too many.
Fear pushed her
Yes,
into commitment.
that was it. I had seen too many of my family members die from type 2 diabetes complications.
Mm.
So I knew what that would lead to, and I know that I didn't want it. And so sometimes when you want to make that change, you really do have to have that powerful why that's going to move you from the temptations. It may not work all the time. It doesn't have to work all the time, but you have to be focused on it, and it has to be something big. And for me, that was big. I was too young for that. I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't
I
want
love
that.
that. I love that. So, a whole conversation on type 2 diabetes,
Mm.
that is definitely something that I think is still warranted. And maybe that'll be a later conversation that we have. Um, so with LaJune, you actually hit on the other part of the question that I wanted to ask you about the kids and how you incorporate, how you said incorporate them into your workouts. Because
Mhm.
right now I have Aspen, my son. He gets up and he sees that workout equipment. He says, "Come on, mama, you can do it. Just I'm gonna count to 5." I'm just like, bruh, sit down. You are not my trainer, okay?
He said, yes, I am. I am. I'm going to help Miss LaJune out. Make sure we're keeping you in check.
And that's his thing. He put a little headband on. Y'all should see him. Put a little headband on. He put his shorts and his shirt on. He actually
You
had his
think
shoes on
Richard
one day. Put
Simmons?
some socks on. See, he put on socks that didn't even match. Yeah, okay. I'm telling all his business. He would not be happy right now. However, he was ready. He was ready. He was ready for me, and I was like, "Nah, not today, partner. Not right now." But I love that because again, it showed him that this is something that mommy's doing. This is something that she's doing to lose weight and to be healthy. And when, working out, I was making healthier choices. Okay. I'm gonna look down. I can't look at the camera right now, but I was making healthier choices. Making healthier choices for not only myself but for them. So my whole goal is even if I don't make the healthiest choice, I won't do it in front of them, but I want to make healthy choices. But I want them to have like a good life without, sicknesses, without the diabetes. Because I have a number of people in my family who actually have diabetes as well, type 1 and type 2. And so I want to make sure that they don't, fall prey to stuff just because their mama and daddy didn't do the proper thing for them when they were younger, giving them bad habits. Now, with that, because we're on kids, let's talk about the picky eaters. Like, even as children, I'm not as children, but even as adults, there's a lot of people who are picky eaters. Okay. Yeah, y'all can see like this conversation is all about Tamica, obviously. The Tamica Chapman side, on the Tamica Chapman side. However, let's talk about the picky eaters though. Like, how hard is life when you have picky eaters? How hard is it to actually have, good, healthy meal planning and meals that serves its purpose for everybody in the family if you have more than one person that you have to feed, of course, but then just those picky eaters as children?
Well,
What do
luckily for me, I didn't have picky eaters as children. My thing was this is what the dinner is. You either eat it or you don't. Don't matter to me. But my kids were, they were greedy. And I think that's because with my daughter, I was giving her, they were like, oh, don't feed her this until she's 2. here you go, you can eat this broccoli, girl. And I always made it fun. Like I would have the broccoli heads and then have like a small carrot and like I'm making a face and just have the bananas as the small. And she thought that was funny. And I'm like, oh, you better eat it. You know, let's go. You know, you just have to make. So she wasn't very picky. Now I don't. My clients are women who are 40 and over. Most of their kids are already grown. So I don't deal with the kid portion of being picky. But for my picky clients, you know, I ask them, well, why don't you like it? Because with some people, it's the taste. But sometimes people have a thing with texture. And like I have this one client, like she just cannot eat like broccoli or cauliflower because of the texture. She's like, oh God, no, I don't. It's I can't explain it. I said, did you ever eat it? No. As soon as I pick it up with my hand, why are you picking it up with your hand? Pick it up with a fork. No, it looks like a tree. I just can't. And I'm like, all right, could you put it in a smoothie then? Okay, I'll try that. And you know, that's the way she would get some of her grease. But it does. It depends on like why they're picky. Like some of them don't like salad. They're like, I don't eat salad. Well, what does that mean? Because salad comprises of a whole lot of things. Do you not eat lettuce? I don't like iceberg lettuce. Okay, well, there's spinach. Will you eat spinach? I never had that. Well, could we make a spinach salad? So it's really about me knowing, Tamica, why you don't eat certain things. And then I could give you suggestions on how to incorporate it or give you a food with the same kind of nutritional value that you will eat.
Got it.
Yeah.
Listen, this has been very, very enlightening. To all the listening audience, first of all, I want to say thank y'all for being here with us. To Coach Tamica, to fitness expert, nutritional coach, mindset strategist, LaJune Singleton, thank you for being here with me and sharing your expertise when it comes to, you know, fitness, working out, the mindset of it all. Some tips, tools, strategies, and resources that we can implement in our lives right now to just begin to living a more healthier lifestyle, not only for us, but for our children, for our families, because I do believe that women are the head, even though they, you know, the man's supposed to be the head, you know, tax purposes. Okay. I think that women
Depends on who household that is.
listen, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
They could be the head, we the neck. The head can't do nothing without the neck.
But I'm just saying, our decision, like we influence so many decisions within our homes, especially when it comes to the food, because women are normally the ones who are cooking. There's a lot of men that cook. There's a lot of husbands that cook. So, but with that, because we are influencers in our home as well as on the job or in our businesses or whatever that is, the goal of this is I want to just energize them to make better decisions, to living a healthier life so that you can have a longer life to run that business, a longer life to see your kids grow up and get married and give you some grandkids and great grandkids, you know, long enough to sit on the porch in that rocking chair with your partner and go gray together. Okay. So, you know, I want to have us living longer lives, living healthier lives. And my way of doing that is bringing the Dear Mama series to you all. So, LaJune, we're going to start with you. Are there any last parting words that you'd like to share that would energize women to, one, have just healthier mindset as they begin to take on a journey of you know, working out and fitness and wanting to have a more svelte body, okay, that sexy body for the fall. What are some last parting words that you can provide to us?
I would say invest in yourself. One of the things that we don't do is invest in ourselves, because if some of us can do it and be very successful with the process of losing weight and getting the sexy body that we want and we desire, but some of us don't. And we have those self-sabotaging conversations with ourselves of, well, it's genetic because, you know, everybody in my family is big. That's not genetic. Everybody in your family is just eating unhealthy. So let's realistic, but let's incorporate investing in ourselves. That same investment that you're making for your hair, your nails, your lashes, your eyebrows, that outfit, that expensive handbag and shoes. Use that same investment in you becoming a healthier version of you so you can be around longer for your kids, for your family. That should be your motivation to invest in your health.
I love
Mhm.
that. I love that.
Mhm.
That's real talk, y'all. That's real talk.
Mhm.
So, Coach Tamika, who represents our spices of life, all about nutrition and healthy living. Um, what are some last words that you can provide to us that's going to energize women to choose better, to do better? You know, there's a saying, when you know better, you do better, right? So anybody
Mhm.
who's tuning in and who will catch the replay later, you know better now. You know better. So there is no excuse. There are no excuses to you not making better decisions. It's only your choice. You now just have a choice. But
Mhm.
can you give us some parting words, some last words, a message to energize the women to make those better nutritional choices for them and their families?
I would say you're worth it. Sometimes, yes, when we know better, we're supposed to do better, but we don't do better because we don't think we're worth it for whatever reason. You are worth it. You are worth the investment. You are worth to just pick one thing because you can do this. I know y'all can do it. If I can do it, anybody could do it because I was like the worst client ever. You can do it. All I need you to do is pick one thing that you're going to do for the week. Just one. If you know your issue is you're not drinking half your weight in water, make it be water and make sure you drink that water all week. If your one thing is you know that you're supposed to be eating fruits and vegetables and you're not eating neither, all I need you to do is with one meal, just eat some string beans, eat whatever, vegetable you like. If you don't know what a vegetable is or you don't know how to prepare them, send me an email and I will help you. But you are worth it because I'm telling you guys, the foods that we are putting into our bodies, I can't even call it food because it's not even food. It's messing so many of us up. Type 2 diabetes is real, and now kids are getting it. 1 in 3 kids are getting type 2 diabetes. Like, it's crazy. So,
Mm.
you're worth it. Is it going to be hard? Yes. But is it going to be worth it? Yes. Know you're worth it. Look at yourself every day in the mirror and say, I love you. And this is what I'm going to do. Make a promise to yourself and keep that promise just 1 week. And so if you do that for 1 week, just 1 week, let me know how it turns out because that's going to be the beginning of your new relationship with yourself. Don't break that promise to yourself. We don't break our promise to our kids. We don't break our promises to our boss. Don't break your promise to yourself. Promise yourself and then just do it because you're worth it.
Wow. Powerful words, y'all. Listen, I brought the experts because everything that they said would not have come out of my mouth the way that they said it. And I appreciate you all for being here to share. I really do. I appreciate you all being here to share because it's needed, it's necessary. These conversations that we're having are necessary conversations for women, for moms, for whatever your title is that you want to give yourself of the day. Um, the conversations are needed. They're needed because we want to live better. We want to, live longer. We want to enjoy our lives that we have. We want to be able to do the things that we desire to do. If you're an entrepreneur and you're in business, you want to be around long enough to see success of your company, right? And that's another conversation we're going to have another day when it comes to being in business for yourself and the health and wellness of that. It's another long conversation, y'all, because this is real serious. These are real serious conversations, and I want women to win. I want us to win.
Mhm.
I want to see us succeed in life, not just in business, but in life. personally in life. And I feel that way because I want myself to succeed. I want to see myself thrive and be happy, be healthy, whole, and happy in life as well. And so, for what I want for me, I want for every other woman that I know, that I come across, that I'm attached to, that's in my circle and my circle of five. I want that for mine. And so, what I want is what I'm sharing with you all. The knowledge and the expertise that I have access to, I'm sharing with you all. These are the experts. So make sure you go and reach out and connect with LaJune. Please, LaJune, tell them how to get in contact with you on social or email or website.
So you can reach me at LaJuneSingleton.com, as well on Facebook and LinkedIn, LaJune Singleton, and Instagram, I am LaJune Singleton, and TikTok, LaJune Singleton.
All right, all right. Everything LaJune Singleton, okay? Just search the
It is
name. You
LaJune
can't go wrong.
Singleton.
Just search the
And I just
name.
want to say one thing. My mom used to do the Richard Simmons sweating into the oldies, and I'm telling your kids remember this because I remember this. And I used to do the workouts with her every morning, the sweating to the oldies. She would, walk. I would walk around the track with her. She would pull the trash can down and she would say, "I'll race you back to the house." She would always cheat, but it's just the point of, that instilling. And I brought that to my adult life, health and wellness. So just keep in mind, your kids are watching and they bring that over into their adult life because they remember those things. And they'll say, "I remember doing this with my mom." So please, always remember your kids are watching.
Y'all, I'm about to raise the name Billy Blanks. Wait, y'all just watch. Y'all just watch, okay? Okay, Coach Tamica, tell everyone how they can find and contact you and stay in connection with you.
Oh, on social media, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm really not on there too much. But it is Coach Tamica Lloyd. Please don't send me a message there because I won't see it till 3 weeks later. But if you hit me up on my Linktree account, Linktree/Coach Tamica, I will answer you. So I try to be on social media, but since I'm busy, I gotta be working out because LaJune gonna get me if I don't. So I ain't got time for no social media.
Amazing, amazing. I'm excited. So again, I want to say to both of you, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your expertise. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with the listening audience. For those that are here that were able to join us, and those that are catch the replay later. So again, to the listening audience, the viewing audience, thank you all so much for being here with us this evening. We appreciate your time. We hope that the messages that you have and the words that you've heard will encourage you, empower you, and energize you to get up and do something with what you've heard tonight, whether that's with your fitness or with how you eat and how you feed. Okay. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next Thursday on the 21st. OMG. That's the best day of the month. Okay.
That's the best day. That's the best day. Woo, woo.
And next week, hold on, let me put my chair back up. So next week we have self-care expert Dr. Latoya Wiggins. We have scheduling expert Will DeJean with the Wealthy Mom Collective, and we also have sleep management expert Miss Donata D. Mooring. So listen, we're hitting these pillars up, and I'm excited to share all of the amazing expertise of these experts here with you all. So make sure you all go connect with them, and make sure you connect with me on social media. Just search EnergizeHER, okay? Everywhere I'm EnergizeHER. I'm the only EnergizeHER out there. Now, it's some copycat, okay? But if you search at EnergizeHER, you'll find me. And go to energizeher.us. That way you register for the Dear Mama event because I have some freebies. I have freebies. This is a free event, free knowledge, free information for you to have a free life. So, register for the event. You have 3 weeks to register. It's open for the rest of the month. Register for any of the events and you will get all the freebies that we have there for you. Links to connect, ebooks, discovery calls, everything you can think of, it's going to come in an email to you. You have access to everything. So again, thank you all for tuning in. This has been amazing. I am Tamica Chapman, the founder of EnergizeHER. You all have an amazing week on purpose and walk in purpose on purpose. Have a good one.